Ladies and gents, you're very, very welcome to another Live and Leash program. I'm absolutely delighted to have Sarah Jane Foster from Mullingar on the show tonight. Sarah Jane, how are you?
I am doing so good. Hello to everybody in Leash. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast.
Now, and people are going, oh, John, where are we going with this? Why Westmeath? Why Sarah Jane Foster? Well, you know me and nosy, and I saw a post go up from Sarah Jane saying she is now the Midlands correspondent for RT2 FM. So I had to find out more. So that's your cue, Sarah Jane. You take it away there.
Take it away as right. So look, I'm after landing an excellent opportunity on RTE2 FM as the Midlands correspondent. Basically how it happened was I got a phone call from RTE to talk about my time on Love Hate. So back, I think it was about 2009, I had the opportunity to go on Love Hate. I was in college at the time. No, I wasn't even in college at the time. I was actually in school at the time. And I remember I was going up and down to RT, getting my work experience. I knew I wanted to be in this kind of environment. I'm obsessed with it. Like just the cameras, the atmosphere, the people, the energy. I'm so drawn to it. It's just like a magnet to me. And basically, I was working on the Showiga show at the time, and there was this lovely girl called Claire Monaghan. And it's so funny. Claire actually doesn't realise the impact she has had on my life to this day. I remember looking at her going, oh my God, you have the coolest job ever. She was the researcher on the Showiga show at the time. And I just remember looking at her. She was older than me. She was so stylish. I just remember thinking, you have the coolest job in the world. But basically, I was a lot younger than her, and I clicked with her at the time. And I remember just asking her, where did she go to college? What's she doing today? What do you do? I wanted to know everything about her. And she told me all about her journey on getting her job in RT, and she absolutely loved it. And with that then, at the end of my time working on the Showiga show, Claire actually said, would you be interested in working on this new TV show called Love Hate? And straight away, I remember thinking, that's a ridiculous name. Like, what even is this? I literally thought that at the time. I know the directors and the writers are like, oh my God, why is she saying this? But Claire ended up getting me the job on Love Hate. So what I was doing was I was getting more work experience. I was shadowing all the producers. I was very young, barely had any experience, but I was learning and taking it all in. And with that, it was coming to like maybe day 3 or 4, and they said to me, would you like to be an extra? And I was like, yeah, no bother. I was just saying yeah to everything. I wanted to learn every aspect of the filming industry. And I was like, that's no problem. So I remember we were in this like really cool apartment, and it was actually the scene of John Boy. I don't know if you watch Love Hate or not. So
yes.
I know a lot of people have, but it was John Boy's party scene in the first series.
Yes.
And I remember rocking up, and all the actors were so well spoken, like they were so posh. And I remember thinking, like, who are these lads trying to act as gangsters? I was like, this is never going to work. I was like, this is nuts. Like, and then, but I remember there was really good energy on the set. Yes. Everyone was just enjoying themselves, and it was a really good atmosphere. And then I remember the director, David Caffrey, was like, I had this really glittery gold dress on. Now, it was deadly at the time. I don't know if it's so cool anymore. I actually still have the dress, funny enough. I'm emotionally attached to it. Can't give it away. But I remember Aidan Gillen saying, oh, your dress is really cool. And I was delighted with myself because Aidan Gillen, like, he's absolutely huge.
Yeah.
And next thing, David Caffrey was like, look, can you sit down beside Tommy? And he was like, you can just be there. Like, so I remember there was like fake cigarettes we had to be smoking. And I remember we had to snort cocaine, even though it was glucose. But I was learning all of this like from the props guy, and he was literally like putting all this glucose on the table and making us snort it. And I was like, oh geez, it was awful. Like, it was such a horrific, like, you had to blow your nose in front of all these lads that you didn't know. And it was funny, like. And then next thing, David Caffrey was like, okay, we're rolling. And next thing, Tommy was there going in for the kill, and I was kind of like, what is this lad doing? And I was like, oh Jesus. And the smell of smoke off him, I like, oh Jesus, not for me. And I remember going, like, pulling back, going like, what are you doing? And then next thing, Dave Caffrey would say cut, and then he'd go, go rolling again, and next thing Tommy go in for the kill again. But anyways, overall I ended up kissing Tommy on set, and when we ended up kissing, everyone was just like bursting out laughing because David thought this was hilarious, like. And then look, it was just a bit of crack. Really nice, really nice guy. Yeah, it was funny. It was an experience to remember, anyways.
But to play a part in an iconic series, I mean, it just shows what can be done when you have talented people. You get them together and you let them get on with their jobs.
Oh yeah, unbelievable. To be fair, Love Hate, it was absolutely, like, it was amazing. And I know I wasn't the only person who thought, you know, what is this kind of, because it was crazy at the time, and it was, you know, it was very graphic. Yes. It was, you know, it was very detailed of real life things that were happening at the time. I did find it tough to watch myself. I definitely did. But I was very, very proud to be part of something like that just blew up on Irish TV. Yeah. I really was. Yeah,
it's iconic, and it's still to this day. It's a benchmark, really, for Irish television.
It really is. Yeah. Oh no, it's brilliant, and you know, everyone involved in it is brilliant, and they're so talented.
Absolutely. And I just want to fast forward. I want to travel through time, because recently you had an involvement with another production, The Last Duel.
Yes. Oh my good God. Again, I landed this role again by basically just making connections and just getting along with people in general. But it's funny how, I suppose it's like any industry, but definitely the film industry, it's so small, it's so tight-knit, everybody knows everybody. It's crazy. So what happened was, I'm going to go back a little bit before The Last Duel. How I ended up getting that job was, I ended up working on FLA 2020 for TG Cahir over the summer. Dahi O'Shea was involved in that. And I just remember it was one of the best things I've ever worked on regarding just the people that were on it. Like, they were just so fun, so much crack, like so professional. Like, I learned so much from those people, like unbelievable. And I remember the producer on the show was a girl I actually had gone to college with. And then I got really friendly with another girl called Anya. And she said to me, you know, I'm definitely going to be working with you after this. I have to work with you. Like, I just love your energy. I just love your enthusiasm. I just know you'd be amazing. And I was like, okay, grand. And you know, you hear those kind of things. Yes. You might hear those things and people might not follow through. You just don't know, because I didn't know her. And when we finished filming for FLA 2020, basically Anya got in contact with me, and she was just like, look, we need some people. We need like production runners for the show. She was like, would you be interested? And I knew what show, or I knew what film it was for, because she had worked on it pre-COVID. And she knew that it was coming back. So basically I was like, I remember I initially said no to her. I was like, no, I can't. I have SJF Productions. I was like, I can't be working like on this. No, I was like, no, too busy. And she was like, are you joking me?
You were turning down Matt Damon.
Yeah, she was like, what are you doing? And I went home, and I remember I told my family, and they were like, oh, you're a nut. Like, what are you actually doing here?
Good family.
Yeah, and I was like, and I had already told her no. I was like, no, too busy. And she was like, well, this was like on Wednesday, and she was like, she wanted me to start on the Monday. And I was like, oh God, no. Told my family, they were like, you're nuts. Like, you're going to have to go back to her and tell her, yeah. And I was like, but like, how am I going to leave my baby SJF Productions for like 6 weeks? I was like, I can't do it. And they were like, go back and just find a way. So I was like, right, okay. I was like, I'll just do it. And everybody was in my ear going, just do it. So rang her back, and I was like, look, I can't start on Monday, but I can start like 2 weeks later. So, and I was like, I can only do it for a couple of weeks, like maybe 3 weeks, and that was it. So I rocked up anyways on set, and it's so mad, because with such a high-end, high-budget movie, there's somebody to do, there's 10 people to do one job almost. So you're not exhausted at all. Do you know? Compared to other jobs I would have been on, you're literally just flat out. But this was literally just so like smooth paced. You know, it was just mad to see like Ridley Scott in action. Like, I was absolutely fascinated just watching him in action, really. Insane then to be around Matt Damon and Ben Affleck every day. Now, I so wanted to get pictures with these people. But it just wasn't the done thing to do at all. Like everyone was just so chilled out, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm chilled out too." I was like, "Yeah, that's fine. Matt Damon's right there." But like, you know, it was nuts to just. It was very casual. Like it was very relaxed.
Yeah, great.
You know, Ben Affleck, he rocked up on set every day with a can of Diet Coke and a cigarette every day. It was just nuts to see them all in action. But it was an amazing experience. And I'm literally looking. See this here.
Yes.
So this is my famous vision board, right? I absolutely live for my vision board. Like, cool. And like I print off stuff that I want, and next thing I put it on my vision board. I have all like positive affirmations on it, like seeing is a believing, believing is seeing.
Yes.
And on the vision board, I actually had, like, at the start of the year, I put on the Hollywood sign and then an Oscar, and I said I want to be part of a Hollywood movie that wins an Oscar this year. And then COVID happened, and I was like, damn it. I was like, I usually get what I want on my vision board. I was like, what the hell? And then next thing I ended up working on The Last Duel. So it's going to be interesting to see, does The Last Duel win an Oscar? So fingers crossed, guys. Yes, definitely.
Brilliant. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And of course, what I love about, now, don't take offense, I'm generalizing. What I love about your generation is your confidence.
I'm not a snowflake. I'm not a snowflake.
No. Not at all, Sarah Jane. What I love about your generation is your positivity and your confidence. Because unfortunately, I came from a different era where basically confidence was like at an all-time low all the time.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's great. It's great to listen to you, to feed off your energy.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not a bit surprised you're now Midlands correspondent.
Yeah,
I'm not a bit surprised. But I mean, of course, you can't forget Laois. You just can't.
Oh my God, absolutely not. No way. Now, I remember when I was thinking of my stories and like, what was I going to talk about? And I said, you know, Mullingar has been so good to me. I'm going to start off with my stories from Mullingar for certain.
Yes.
But by no way was I going to neglect other counties, or like not at all, like no way. And when you reached out to me to be on the podcast, I was so happy that you did. And I'm so looking forward to getting to know other people in other counties and other businesses and just the local people in general. I really am. That's what I enjoy doing the most. I enjoy meeting new people, and I just think everyone has a good story to tell, no matter who they are, and you've something to learn from somebody, no matter who they are, what they have, or what they don't have. I just love like talking to people.
Absolutely.
I really do.
And how often do you get to contribute on 2FM?
So at the minute, it's very casual. So it's very casual at the minute. So I'm not going to be on again until after Christmas, I'm going to say. So like that, I'd say every few weeks, to be honest. But it's not a weekly thing as of yet.
As of yet.
Yes.
But if you want how many tens of thousands of our viewers to get in touch with you, if they have stories for you, Sarah Jane, how did they get in touch with you?
So you can actually get in contact with me through my Facebook page, which is SJF Productions, or on my Instagram page, which is also SJF Productions. And you can send me a DM there. And basically what they're looking for is really feel good local stories. Stuff like gems of stories that are just not in the paper.
Yes.
They're just not there. Do you know that they just don't get recognition? Feel good stories, and it's more so local people. It's not like salesy kind of stuff. It's not selling businesses. It's literally just the local people and what they're getting up to. They just said, with the radio, and it has to be talked about. The COVID obviously has to be talked about. You can't just not talk about it at all. But they just want to have feel good, happy stories on the radio, and perfect. I'm happy to deliver that for them.
You're the perfect ambassador for that. But Sarah Jane, now is your chance to sell your company as well. SJF Productions. What's that all about?
So SJF Productions is a video production company based here in Mullingar. I set up SJF Productions back in March 2017. It's my absolute baby. I'm obsessed with it. I absolutely live and breathe for SJF Productions. Like anyone who knows me just knows how much I love my business so much. And basically, like what our main thing that is what we do is video production for businesses. So corporate videos, promotional videos, and then we're getting into documentaries more so next year. And we're just like, I'm growing so fast. It was mad because we weren't expecting to be growing this fast this year. Definitely not this year, ever. But I've just gone from strength to strength, and I'm definitely learning about my business all over again because it's gone to the next level. Like it 100% is. And I'm just like, I just can't wait for next year. Like I absolutely love how this year has gone for me already. Everyone has been extremely supportive. And you know what? We need to be online more than ever. And it's so important to have your professional videos done. And, you know, like I say to people all of the time, their phone is probably the most underused thing that they have in their hand every single day regarding their business. And I remember people saying this to me before, going, why are you telling people to make videos on their phone? So I actually done these workshops before around the country, like teaching people how to use their phone, like how to do videos on their phone.
Yes.
And I remember people going, why are you telling people to do this? Are you not taking from yourself? And I said, no way. Like, because people need to know how to use their phone, first of all, and then get in the professional to come in and boost up their videos. But every day, people definitely should be using their phone, whether that's to take photos, take videos. And the thing is, I always say to people, you know, if I'm working with like a hair salon, I say to them, like, you're not supposed to be a photographer, or you're not supposed to be a video producer. You know, you're a hairdresser, and that's what you're talented at. Like, but make sure to do your social media. It's not supposed to be perfect.
Exactly.
It's supposed to be perfect when SJF Productions comes in. Exactly.
I love that plug.
Yeah, exactly.
You're dead right. You're dead right.
Louis Walsh all the way. I learned a
Louis.
lot from him. Yeah, he just plugs everything. Do you ever hear his interviews? They're hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He is the master of it. He's the master of it. And again, the Irish, we need to get over our, what's that, shyness? Maybe we're very slow to actually say, well, we're good at what we do. Let the world see what we do, because the talent is here in Mullingar, in Laois. The talented people are here.
You're so right. And I think I definitely think social media in general has definitely given people the confidence to put themselves out there, because you're putting yourself out there. It is a really uncomfortable thing to do. And I always say to people, you know, when you're talking to your phone, telling people about your business, it never gets normal. Like you're literally just there. Like, I could be standing anywhere and I'll do it. And I'll do it because I just don't care. And the way I look at it is, if I don't do it, somebody else will. Do you know? Exactly. So I might as well promote myself than let somebody else get there before me.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Now, Sarah Jane, another thing that I learned about you recently is that your grandfather is Mick Foster.
Yes, Mick Foster of Foster and Allen. He is my granddad. And I suppose that's a huge part to play in my life regarding how I got into the filming industry. You know, when I first meet people and they say, what's your name? And I tell them it's Foster, straight away they just think, oh, you must be amazing at playing an instrument or singing. And I'm just like, no, I'll stick to my guitar. I wouldn't even insult a musician or my granddad for that matter. Like, he's the talented one with music, and I just stick to the cameras. But the thing is, I would have grown up in RTE, like with Foster and Allen, going up to the Late Late Show, the Podge and Rod Show.
Yes.
And that's where like the big love of it came from. And we would have always had video cameras in our house. And my mom and dad always had like the newest gadgets with cameras and video cameras.
Yes.
So they were always in my house. So I'm very comfortable with cameras. But the love definitely came from going to RTE with my granddad. And I've learned so much from him. You know, he's in this industry for, I don't know, maybe 50 years. And I trust him so much. And I take like every bit of advice he has ever given me on board, and encouragement. And like, he has been hugely supportive of me. And, you know, I don't know where I'd be without him. Like, he's absolutely amazing. Like, he's just been, the things he taught me, like, money just couldn't buy you the things he has taught me in my life to get me to where I am now.
Well, that's great. That's great. And I mean, I know it's hard to get our heads around it, but there's a generation out there that have never heard of Foster and Allen.
I know, it's hilarious.
So we'll put up a quick photo here on screen of the two men. And,
yeah, do.
Yeah, do, because you can't. What I've learned is you can't take it for granted that people know who you're talking about.
Absolutely.
So the photo is up there on the screen. But yeah, it's wonderful, and so that's where the spark came from, and you had the encouragement,
Definitely.
but
It's so
you
important.
have the personality for it as well.
Yeah, I absolutely, I just
Yeah.
live for this industry. I absolutely love it. I really do.
Yes. Now, there was a great interview on 2FM with Jennifer,
Right.
the bowl Jennifer, and you were like a ball of energy in the studio. Great interview, and you covered all this. You covered snogging Tommy in Love Hate all the way through to working as a production runner on The Last Duel,
Yeah.
hopefully to win an Oscar,
Yes, exactly. It'll be
and
so
then
funny to see.
absolutely, and then all the work you're doing for your own company, SJF Productions. But do you ever, as I mentioned, you're a ball of energy. Do you ever kind of relax? Like, for example, for you, what is your perfect Christmas?
My perfect Christmas. Oh my God. You probably thought I was so cool up until what I'm about to tell you now. My perfect Christmas, being honest, is literally like I don't drink. Like I'd rather not go out, to be honest. I absolutely just love spending time with my family and just chilling out and just being relaxed at home. And I suppose I think this year, I think people have learned this year that it's the little things that are actually the big things in life. And I suppose a couple of years ago, I think it was back in 2018, I remember the week of Christmas, and I remember just running around like a lunatic, buying presents, unnecessary presents that I don't even remember what I bought. The people that I bought them from don't even remember. And my nanny was in hospital at the time. I was very close to my nanny. And she ended up passing away just Christmas week. And I remember just thinking like, yeah, no, listen, it's okay. But I mean, the what I learned from that was that, you know, here I was out and about getting stupid presents that were just so unnecessary for people and rushing around like a headless chicken when I could have been spending time with her. And it kind of annoys me a little bit that I did do that. So I'm like, I've learned from it now. And I'm like, I'd rather just spend time with my family and not think about the commercial side of things at all. Now, I loved, my friends are probably listening to this laughing. I go, she loves presents. What are you talking about? Like, I absolutely love presents. I really do. And they're fab and stuff like that. But just from that year, I just remember thinking, do you know what? Christmas is just supposed to be about spending time with your family and just chilling out and just recharging your battery. So that's exactly what I'm looking forward to doing this year.
I think we all are, to be fair.
Yeah, big time.
It's been a rough year for everyone. It's been a rough year, but hopefully looking forward to 2021.
Yes.
We'll have a great year. We'll get through and get this crisis behind us.
Definitely.
But have you anything up on your vision board for 2021?
Oh, no. Oh my good God. I have so much stuff up on my vision board for 2021. I'm just here looking at it now. Yes, I do. But maybe if you have me back in the new year, I will reveal all, and then we can go on that journey together of what I'm looking forward to in 2021. But there's big things coming anyways, for sure.
Absolutely. And in the meantime, we'll be feeding you stories here from Laois. All the positive, upbeat stories. And they're out there.
For sure.
People are doing incredible things. For example, on Saturday last, we did the Santa cycle here in Portlaoise.
Oh, glad.
That was great. That was great.
It?
Always great. I have the video up on our Facebook page there. Big shout out to Barbacks, all of our volunteers there, including David Murray. Well done, David. All the volunteers. Great job. To all the sponsors, Joe Mallon Motors, there's a whole long list of them there. Well done. Wonderful event. So that was the second annual Santa cycle here in town.
Brilliant.
Next year I'd say there'll be a waiting list to get on it.
I'd say so. I hope I'm invited next year. I'll definitely call it out.
Absolutely.
I'd love it.
Well, have you a bike though?
I actually, would you believe I have a bike, and by then I'm hoping to have a motorbike. So if you take motorbikes, then I have my provisional, and because of COVID, I'm actually waiting on my full motorbike
Oh, very
test.
good. Very
Yeah,
good.
now here you
Very
go.
good. Very good. So you'll be able to scoot up and down from Mullingar to
Exactly.
Montrose.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff. Honestly, well, look, Sarah Jane, it's just been a pleasure having you on. As I mentioned, you have the perfect fit for it. You have the perfect personality for it. Keep plugging the Midlands. I don't know why people zoom from Dublin to Kerry or Galway, and they don't stop in the middle. We're the
Yes, I
best. We're the
agree.
best part of Ireland.
Definitely the most friendliest, anyways.
Oh, by a country mile. There's no doubt about that. And keep plugging the Midlands. We'll be sending you the stories,
Thank you so much.
and definitely we're going to have you on in the new year because
Love it.
we have to get a close up of that vision board.
I know. Definitely.
Oh,
Thank you
yeah,
so much for having me on.
a pleasure, a pleasure. And for you now and your family, have a great, relaxed and relaxing Christmas.
Love it. And you too. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sarah Jane.